You were canceled in 2018, is that right?
I think it was then, yeah.
And
yeah, it was, yeah.
You talk about how you've talked to other comics who have also been canceled.
Yeah.
And y'all have a pact with each other to say, we're gonna be even more offensive when we come back.
Yeah.
Why is that?
Well, because we have to be more offensive when we come back because we can't be beaten down. We can't let them kill comedy.
So Roseanne is back. She's had her special. It went out on Fox Nation. And this comes as a result of a couple of years of being canceled. There was a particular date and time when she was technically canceled. They've identified it there. But anyway, she's back and she has made her vow that she is going to try to offend as many people as possible. I'm not a comedian. I don't necessarily understand the philosophy behind comedy and all that. So we've got a comedian though. Trey, what do you make of the return of Roseanne and what she is choosing to focus on when it comes to her comedy?
I mean, it's disappointing, but not surprising. Because I mean, look, as a comedian, Roseanne, I mean, look, just keeping it real, Roseanne was one of the greats, man. I mean, they're like, she was a big deal and a maverick and pretty different when she came out. And her original sitcom was important for a lot of reasons, comedically and otherwise. I say that as a, you know, as a trash American. They showed like actual working class people and stuff like that. It was all great. And then, but like a lot of people, you know, she just like got older and meaner and madder and stuff, and is just totally distorted into a completely different person. And as far as like the whole, oh, we got to be more offensive thing, to me, it's more important to be funny. And I watched a couple clips from that new special, and it's hard to even figure out what the jokes are. It seems like her just yelling things that she knows that audience agrees with, which I would argue and I think most comics would agree is that's not what stand-up is, but I guess that's what she thinks she has to do at this point. She also yells about cancel culture. You know, meanwhile, she's got this new special coming out on Fox Nation. I'm sure she's still doing fine financially. She can find whole legions of people who are super into picking up what she's laying down. So, you know, it's just like with a lot of them, it's not real. Like it all, you know, I just don't think any of it is real, and it's all misrepresented. And you know, actions have consequences and all that type of stuff. I mean, we could have a whole podcast probably about how I feel about that whole thing 100%. Right now. So, and she's a pretty good example of it.
Yeah, I agree. I used to love Roseanne when I was growing up, watched it a ton. She was very funny. But lots of comedians who I previously used to love have now become obsessed with this idea that they are being victimized by censorship. Again,
right?
Not censorship when people just don't want to listen to it anymore. Like, just be clear, Roseanne, am I obligated to watch your special, or do I get to choose what I think is funny and not? And by the way, I'm not offended. It's just not funny. There's plenty of comedians. Some of them are funny, some are not. I get to choose which ones I listen to. You seem to think that everyone has to keep listening to you if they ever liked you, or else you're being censored. You're being censored after you have another special. You're being interviewed by a news network that has millions of viewers. How exactly are you being censored or canceled right now? It doesn't make a ton of sense to me.
Exactly, right. I mean, you know, you said it. You pretty much summed it up right there.
Well, really fast, let's just play the last bit of what she had to say. It's like 10 seconds.
We can't let, you know, these people who are censors and book burners have the last say over comedy. We have to protect comedy. It's the last free speech art form.
Like, she's so close to an actual point there. So look, I think that comedy is an important art form and it does need to be protected. That doesn't mean that we're obligated to give you our money. And by the way, you're talking about censorship and book burning to Fox News. The Republicans are literally banning books all over the country right now. How do you not see that irony?
Projection and deflection, man, it's the name of the game, I'm telling you. And yeah, and that dynamic they have where it seems like they're so close to like getting it. Yeah. And then they just veer off completely. Like that's a hallmark 100%. Of their whole thing too. So yeah.
For more political news breakdowns, interviews, stories of activism, and me trying my hardest to care about the occasional big celebrity news story, subscribe to our YouTube channel at youtube.com/The Damage Report. And you can ring the bell wherever it is so you don't miss anything.